Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the channel. It's Moodog from Moodog's Frugal RCs and More in the Research Kitchen. Today we're going to be doing a rig rundown on the REDCAT Racing Blackout XTE. Stay tuned, guys. This is a ready-to-run kit, and this is the brushed variant of this vehicle. This comes in several different styles. What you're looking at right now is the monster truck version of this truck. And there is also an SUV that I opted for this one. I just like the look of the monster truck body a little bit better. So what we're going to be doing today is taking a look at what comes inside the box without actually pulling the thing out of the box. That can get kind of redundant, guys, so I'm not going to be doing an unboxing today. So let's get that out of our way for just a second here, and we'll take a look at what comes inside the package. You are getting a bind plug with this, guys. This comes with a bind plug in case you have to rebind your transmitter to the ESC, or to the receiver. So that comes with that. It's also going to come with an antenna tube that you would install underneath the body. I'm not using that, and I don't even have it with me, so it's just a black straw, really, 5 or 6 inch straw. You are getting the owner's manual with this, guys, and this is going to be for the Blackout XTE brushed version of the vehicle. No worries about any Chinese to English translation or any kind of weird sentence structures. REDCAT is a company based in Arizona, so all of their manuals are very easy to read in proper English, proper grammar. This is going to show you all the features of the vehicle and give you some vehicle overview points, that type of thing on there. You also have some warnings on the front page. As you move throughout the manual, you have good information on the radio, how to install the batteries, how to operate it, charging the nickel metal hydride battery, charge times. This is going to come with a 9-volt 1 amp wall charger for the battery, and I don't have that with me to show you, but it's basically just a wall plug with a banana end on it. Nothing too fancy there. The center of it right here is going to have your exploded view of the vehicle with all the corresponding part numbers. Kind of handy to have if you ever need to know how something goes back together. As we move through the last couple of pages here, we see our parts grid with all corresponding part numbers and nice looking pictures. The last page is going to be just different systems of the vehicle. You have your steering system, you have your differential gearbox. In the right corner down here we have the spur gear and pinion system, and then our shock absorber. And on the right hand column next to each one of those pictures is going to be all the bits and bobs needed to get that thing put back together should you need to get parts. On the back, we have the website on the bottom here, and then a picture of Mr. Cat. Fast, affordable, and fun. I agree. Let's get that out of the way. On to the next piece that comes with this. They are true to form in adding this Hexfly advert. This is going to give some information on the chargers and batteries that REDCAT offers under the Hexfly banner, which is their house brand. So it's going to show you some nickel metal hydride chargers, some LiPo chargers. On the flip side here, we're seeing the Hexfly batteries, both in nickel metal hydride chemistry as well as the LiPos. So that's some good information there, corresponding part numbers should you guys want to use those batteries for yourselves. The transmitter that this comes with, guys, is going to be pretty standard for REDCAT. They're using this transmitter on the brushed versions of these vehicles, as well as some of their Pro Series Pro variants, I guess you could call it, of the same vehicle with the brushless motors in. This is the 2CE transmitter here, guys. Very nice feeling plastic, heavy duty, nice heavy grade plastic. Very good, nice feeling in the hand. You can see here they use a kind of a gray plastic inlay here on the pistol grip. All the decals are put on here nice and straight, guys. Attention to detail is good. I like that. All the parting lines or the seams for the two plastic halves meet up pretty decently without any big variant on that or any big cracks kind of looking stuff. Everything meets nicely. We have a shark fin antenna on here. The trigger feels really good, so both ways feels nice. The return spring is good as well. The steering wheel here has a little rubber kind of a tire looking thing on it, and the return spring is as well very, very nice. This is going to require you to supply your own batteries, so it is a ready to run kit, but you're still going to have to supply your own 4 AA batteries, which is nice to see. Some of the older versions of this transmitter required you to have 8 AA batteries, which I really don't fully understand because I don't think it increased the distance that this thing would send a signal out. So I think it was just, I don't know, for you to waste batteries or something. I'm not quite sure. Functionality of this is very nice as well, guys. Kind of like a Fly Sky looking transmitter altogether, I think. This flips up to reveal all your trim functionality. You have your steering and throttle reverse up here, a bind button there should you need to rebind to the receiver. You have a power indicator light as well as a status indicator. Your status is just going to be the health of the batteries that are in the transmitter, and then you have your trim functionality, your steering trim, throttle trim, and then your steering dual rate along with your on and off switch on the bottom there. So nicely done on the transmitter. I like this one a lot. That brings us to our car, guys. Let's pull this a little bit farther forward here, and we'll take a look at this car in detail. And you can see that I've already got the hood pins pulled off of here, so the body's sitting up a little higher than what it normally would, because it's kind of resting on the hood pins instead of having the hood pins go through the actual body here. So we can see that we have a nice blood red and gray finish on here, kind of a charcoal grayish sort of black finish on that. And I like the fact that they put like a white striping in there, or lighter colored striping, kind of a little accent. Looks really good. Tires on here are going to be foam filled, nice firm foam in here, guys. Very good feeling compound on the tires. They seem to be pretty long wearing, or that they would be pretty long wearing. These are 12 millimeter hex, so you can change out tires to your liking. You can see on the side as well, you have the Blackout XTE logo in the center of the door, REDCAT Racing website underneath, Mr. Cat up on the top of the door there, and towards the back we have the stripe going down the center. Very nice looking truck, guys. I like this one a lot. Very good looking. They really spent their time in the design of this vehicle. I like that. So we can go ahead and pull this Lexan body off of here, and I'll move my table back just a little bit here so we can take a look at the Lexan. Now this is a heavier duty Lexan. It's got some rigidity about it, and I'll tell you exactly what I've done to this in just a second. But we have a nice gloss paint on here, and I try to keep this in as good a condition as I can. However, you can see some scratches on here. This thing does get bashed, it does get flipped, all that sort of thing happens. I have fun with my vehicles, let's just put it that way. And this is from about 3 days worth of bashing, but you can see very nice looking paint on here all the way around. Very rigid feeling Lexan, a little bit of give on the sides, but this is a heavier duty, heavier, I guess you could call it gauge Lexan body. I go ahead and do this to most of mine. Now, this is just a Gorilla Tape treatment. I went ahead and I coated the inside of the body with Gorilla Tape to kind of add some protection. If you have to repurchase this, if you have to replace this, guys, you're looking at about 30 bucks right here. That's pretty much anywhere you go. I'm all about getting the most mileage out of my OEM, so that's the reason I do this, and I do this with pretty much all of my Lexan bodies. So I'll go ahead and set that aside for now, and we can go ahead and take a look at the car itself. I'll pull my table a little bit farther forward here. You can see it's a little on the dusty side, guys. I had it out yesterday shooting the rest of my Urban Bash video, which will be up on my channel in a couple of days. I'm in the process of starting the editing on that right now. But we can take a look and see that this has a 550 brushed can motor along with a heat sink on top of that. We have our ESC in here, which is a 60 amp ESC. What's nice about this one, guys, is compatible with 3S batteries, so you can use an 11.1 volt LiPo battery in this vehicle without any problems at all. So keep that in mind. I wish more companies would do that. I don't know why they're not, or if they are, why they're not saying they are. I didn't know that until I watched somebody else's video and actually looked at the side of this at the side of this ESC and saw the compatibility list that was printed on the side. The receiver is going to be over here by the antenna. I don't have the tube on here. I opt out of using those tubes. They're just kind of goofy looking. I don't use them. The servo that came stock on here was the ever not so popular with me 3 kilogram hex fly servo. I've since yanked that out of there and put an aftermarket servo in here that I picked up on Amazon for about 18 bucks. And I'll tell you what, guys, this is a Metal Gear servo, and it is a log splitter. I'll put a link in the description for you guys to check that out if you would like to do so. It's a very, very good servo for the money. It's all digital, so enough about that. Another reason I chose this car over the Volcano, I was going to look at the Volcano as well as my first REDCAT four-wheel drive vehicle. I chose this because of the interchangeability of the suspension parts on here. Not only can I put the rear shocks in the front and the front shocks in the rear, but I can also install the bumpers. Are interchangeable. They're identical. The front and rear end of this vehicle are absolutely 100% identically the same. So the compatibility with parts is very nice. You don't have to have extra part numbers to worry about purchasing. If you need parts, you can just get one part number. Say for a left rear A-arm would fit the right would fit the left front A-arm. So its interchangeability is very nice on this, and I like that. We're looking at plastic body shocks on here, guys. All the turnbuckles on here are adjustable, so your camber, your towing is going to be adjustable in the rear. Your steering linkage is all adjustable as well in the front. Now, these are plastic body shocks, as I mentioned, but they are oil filled, and they are like a big bore shock, so you're also able to adjust the preload by this threaded body of the shock. There's a little knurled knob on there that you can turn left or right to adjust your preload and your ride height without having to worry about inserting more spacers, that type of thing. So very nicely done on that. I like that. REDCAT does that on a lot of their vehicles, and I think that's kind of a nice touch. The battery compartment's over on this side, guys, and this is going to be pretty much standard operating for REDCAT. Everything's held together here with these body pins, so I'll go ahead and pull these out, and I'll show you guys that this is just a plastic, heavier gauge plastic cover that you would fit your battery inside here. It also came with a Velcro strap to hold the battery in place as well. Now I've got this adapted to use for Dean's batteries. I made this adapter myself. There are battery adapters available that you can get right directly through REDCAT or online at one of their vendors, but I ended up making this one because the ones that you get are probably about that much longer, and it's just more wire to worry about setting in here and keeping out of the way of other things. So that's pretty much it, guys. There's really nothing to not like about this so far. Top speed on this so far, and I'm not able to verify it, is roughly 25 miles per hour. And I do plan on getting a GPS unit that I can stick under here on a chunk of Velcro and test my vehicle speeds. But just by experience, just by feel, I could tell this is probably right around the 25 mile an hour range. One other thing I wanted to show you guys is the metal parts that are under the hood here. So we have this aluminum chassis brace as well as aluminum shock mounts. So your shock mounts in the rear and oops, that's the front. Your shock mounts in the front as well as in the rear are all aluminum and beefed up where they need to be beefed up. Now this came out of the box pretty much stock the way it is. You can see the suspension is nice, guys. It's a little bit springier than I'd like it. I may end up upping the weight of the oil that's in here to probably 40 weight to start and see where that gets me. But even out of the box, the suspension is nice on here. Decent amount of travel. Everything about this vehicle is pretty good. I haven't found really any fault in it just yet, and I've only had it for just a few days, so time will tell, and I will make sure that I do further videos if I see anything that's going kind of wonky with this, I will make sure to let you guys know right away. We'll go ahead and pop the body back on here. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. I thank everybody for stopping by and checking this out. I thank all my new subscribers for coming on board and bearing with me in my growing stage here. If you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. Any questions on this vehicle or anything else pertaining to RC, go ahead and put those in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer those for you guys. We'll see you all in the next one, and God bless the Republic.